Flip, I'm cold. I should have worn a jacket. So I taught myself how to be a graphic designer. How to graphic design? How to design, something like that. Today is a great weather to shoot, to record, but not the best to do what I'm doing right now because I don't know if it's gonna rain or what. So I'm taking chances. I'm taking my chance. I matriculated in 2009. I was 17 years old when I matriculated, and we didn't have any funds for me to go to school or to further my education. So I dedicated that time of my life to my church and serving at my church, which led to me attending Bible school there. I think a lot of churches have Bible schools now. It's a thing now. And then in 2013, my wife and I got hitched, and later on had our firstborn son in 2015. And at this point, it seemed as if like life was lifing. You know, life was progressing, like we were going somewhere. But we were not prepared for what 2016 had to offer. Late 2015, I lost my job. I was employed under a construction company, maintenance, painting and stuff. I would climb roofs and stuff. So later that year, later 2015, now mind you, I just had my newborn. I just had a baby and I lose my job. Now 2016 comes, I'm unemployed, fairly new to marriage. My son is not even a year old. Later on 2016, August 13th of 2016, around 12 p.m., my car got stolen. Yes, I remember the details. My car got stolen and times were tough. Like everything was just is going down. And I was like, okay, is this the life I applied for? Like it didn't look like my wife and I and my kid were gonna get a break. We were even living with my mother-in-law at the back, in the back room. Let me just put it this way, life was not pleasant, you know. One day we were attending church, like a midweek service. You know those services they hold for unemployed people? So it was one of those services, and the preacher that day was teaching about how to use your gifts for profit, or how to make money using your gifts. And he said, what do you have in your hands? And he's like, this is what he said. He said, look at your hands. So I looked at my hands and he said, what do you have in your hands? I'll never forget that sermon. I remember it vividly. Actually, that's the sermon that changed the trajectory, the trajectory of the way I was approaching life. That led to me actually learning how to use Photoshop. Now, prior to this, I only designed using, wait for it, PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. And yeah, as impossible as that sounds, I was pretty good at it. I mean, I designed the church logo using PowerPoint, and we used it. We printed it on stuff. We used it for whatever that we were busy with at the time. We used that logo, and I designed it with PowerPoint. But I knew that in order for me to design like at a high level, I needed to learn the proper tools that are required to compete in that industry. You know, so oh man, so I looked for tutorials, video tutorials from whoever I knew was or had some knowledge on Photoshop. I looked for tutorials, video tutorials. I looked for Photoshop. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I did to get that Photoshop and what type of Photoshop. It was Photoshop. Yeah. Anyway, I got the software. And I had some skills at the time, video editing skills that I learned from Bible school, which we'll probably cover in another video. So I got some tutorials, got Photoshop, but I needed more tutorials. I think the guy at the time that gave me the tutorials gave me like 6, and then I needed more. And mind you, I don't have a job. I'm broke, I'm unemployed. I can't afford data. So KFC at the time, Kentucky Fried Chicken, used to give out like free like Wi-Fi data, like 250 megabytes, I think for 30 minutes or something like that, for free, right? So I would walk to KFC. KFC was like 15 or 20 minutes away from where I lived. And I would go there and actually use their free Wi-Fi to download tutorials on YouTube on my phone. So I'd sit there, download tutorials. Actually, sometimes I would even apply for jobs, and then I would go home, you know. And when I got home, or every day when I would wake up, I would take my notebook out, sit down in front of my laptop as if I was in class, and take notes and apply like what I learned that day. My cousin, actually is my uncle. He's my uncle. He's my he's my dad's cousin, and I think he's my uncle, but I think he's my cousin at the same time. Tabiso, shout out to Tabiso. He hooked me up with the Linda. What's that lady's name? Okay, I'm gonna put it up here. This lady's tutorials. Her tutorials are like you are in class, like you are learning these skills. Anyway, I do these tutorials every day for like most of my 2016. Yeah, like I said in the beginning of this video, life was teka-teki. Like life was showing us flames at the time. And for the rest of 2016, I just did that. And funny enough, that year, my pastor started his musical career. And of course, he needed a graphic designer. I was like, this is a great opportunity for me to utilize what I've learned. And I said, yo, Pastor, I'm gonna design for you for free. I'm gonna sow in your life. Yeah, don't have to pay me. This is what I want to do. And I now designed for my church, like using proper tools. I became a graphic designer for my church, and for nothing, for free. And this is one thing, if you are aspiring to be a graphic designer or if you learn any skill and now want to trade it, like to make money out of it, in the beginning, try to do some stuff for free. Try to do some stuff for people for free, like without any cost. And I think that's one of the things that helped me grow, because when you do stuff for free, who's gonna say no to free? You know what I mean? And that's where you can experiment. That's where you can grow. That's where you can learn. And obviously these people, because they're not paying, like they won't be too finicky with your artwork, you know. But I'm not saying slack off. I'm just saying try free in the beginning. Don't, like some people, you just got in this thing and then you want to charge thousands of rands or dollars. Then you just started. It doesn't work like that. You need to gain credibility. You need to You need to gain some credibility. You need to gain some trust with people, with clients. I did stuff for free in 2016, and my pastor went on to become like a big Christian artist, and my artwork was seen. I mean, his CD covers, his posters, everything that he was doing that needed an artwork, I was the guy. I was the man. And little did I know that this skill that I learned in the back room would lead to me getting a job in 2018 as a professional designer. Mind you, I don't have a certificate, I don't have a diploma, I don't have a degree. But my boss at the time, who is now my mentor, saw an artwork that I did for my CD launch in 2018. I launched my album 2018, and he saw my poster, and he was looking for a designer. And that poster did two things. It made him want to come to my CD launch, and it got him interested in me as a designer. Now, mind you, I don't know this guy. I've at this point, like, we never met. We were friends on Facebook. He saw my stuff on Facebook. He took a huge risk on me. And the agreement was he's going to teach me how to do web design. He's going to elevate my design. And elevate my design he did. In 2018, by the end of 2018, the way I designed went to a whole other level, which led to 2021, me being hired by one of the biggest companies in South Africa. South Africa. Why did I say South Africa? Anyway, South Africa. I repeat, I still don't have a degree, still don't have a certificate or diploma, but the work spoke for itself. I had the skills that gave me credibility that this company decided to hire me. Mind you, I am going to school. I'm actually going to school. If things go well and if I get accepted, I'm going to school next year. So I still want the papers. I still want the degree. I still want the diploma. I still want the certificate. I think education still plays a role in this country if you want to grow economically, if you want to get a good salary. So this skill that I learned in my mother-in-law's back room, right? When I was broke, unemployed, struggling, like poverty-stricken, led to me getting hired as a professional designer in 2018 by some guy that I met off Facebook that had no business hiring me, to now being in a position where I earn what I earn and I live where I live. No longer from Kagiso. I mean, I'm just another kid from Kagiso, man. Kagiso Extension 12. I didn't have things done for me. I didn't have money to go to school. I grew up in the township, and I got to get out of there. And it all took me learning this skill. So if you are stuck, if you feel stuck, if you feel like, man, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what to do, I'm stuck, I'm unemployed, I just had a baby, I just got married, I live in my mother's back room, and you don't know how to get out. I'm not saying go learn how to be a designer. You can do that if you want to. But all I'm saying is that you need to get up and you need to make it happen. You see, one thing that I wish I learned from an early age, nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything, and nobody's gonna save you. Nobody's coming to save you. You need to get up, and you need to learn that skill, and you need to apply yourself and actually do something about it. And chances are, when you do something about it, something's gonna happen. In the words of Chiskop and the late great Mandoza, that was very cheesy. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it, please share it, please subscribe. And I hope it added value to your life. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Is that the way I should? Okay, let me do that again. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it added value to your life, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.